are in front of the vicarage at Tilney All Saints. Now the vicarage is very important because here, back in 1905, a very important meeting took place. The famous classical composer Vaughan had come to Tilney to visit the local people and collect local folk songs that he could then use in his music. And again, indeed, as we'll hear in a minute, many of them came to be used in his famous Norfolk Rhapsody. He visited Tilney All Saints and Tilney St Lawrence on the weekend of the 7th to the 8th of January in 1905. And this visit was facilitated by the Reverend Newman, who was vicar at Tilney All Saints. And whilst he was here, he met two informants who told him all about their music. The sexton at Tilney All Saints was called John Whitby, and a local farm worker from Tilney St Lawrence called Stephen Pole.
Interestingly, the building behind us is the one where Vaughan Williams actually stayed when he came. He stayed with Reverend Newman and his Newnham and his wife. And another interesting factor is, of course, the weekend he happened to come was the weekend of Plough Monday.
So, whilst he was here, John Whitby sang 10 songs, which Vaughan Williams noted, over the 2 days. So who was John Whitby? At the turn of the century, Whitby was actually living in the village of Walpole St Andrew in Kirkfield, which is actually quite near the school today. And at the time of 1905, when Vaughan Williams visited, he was actually sexton here at this church. And of the 10 songs we collected, we focused on teaching 2 of the songs to the children. So the first song we taught them was Green Bushes. And the second song was The Crafty Ploughboy, which we didn't actually get to finish. So on Saturday, the 7th of January 1905, Vaughan Williams met with Stephen Pole, the farm labourer and fiddle player. Now, Pole was originally born here in Tilney All Saints, but he moved to Tilney St Lawrence in his 30s, where he lived and where he met Vaughan Williams. He played 4 tunes to Vaughan Williams and 1 song that were noted down. And again, we've used some of these tunes for our molly dancing. So after he'd spent the weekend, the Saturday and the Sunday in the Tilney villages, Vaughan Williams went on to King's Lynn on Monday the 9th of January. He visited the North End at King's Lynn, where he collected songs from Mr Carter and Mr Anderson.
Yes, the North End was the fishing area in King's Lynn. The people who lived there, many of them had come from France and Flanders, their families, 300 years before, and they settled in King's Lynn and became the fisher folk. Well, here we are in the North End, which is where the fisher folk lived. And we're right next to St Nicholas Chapel and the graveyard where many of them would have been buried. They lived here for hundreds of years.
And of course, Vaughan Williams left the Tilney villages, and on Monday the 9th of January 1905 he came here to collect songs from the fisher folk before moving across to the King's Lynn Union Workhouse to meet people there too. So it was here he met with a Mr. Carter and a Mr. Anderson, and in this area he collected the song A Captain's Apprentice, which became famous for its inclusion in the Norfolk Rhapsody. And over in the workhouse he collected the song On Board 98 from a Mr. Leatherday, which also became famous, and we worked with the children teaching them the song On Board 98.
And this is where the public houses and other places would have been where those songs were sung all those years ago.